Today we are going to be presenting ElevatorSMART. This is ThyssenKrupp's newest product, Engineering Tomorrow Together. This product targets the vertical transportation industry. The vertical transportation industry is comprised of both elevators and escalators. These are devices that are used to move individuals intra-floor and from higher floors to lower floors, respectively. We believe that growth in the construction field leads to greater growth for IoT and newer products. With that, we are seeing smart elevators being introduced into the industry. As of April 2017, U.S. spending increased by 4.3% in U.S. non-residential construction. Over 4,000 new jobs have been added, and the positive pace in growth is leading to opportunities for smart elevators. Due to the increased numbers of technological innovations, competitive advantage is likely to rise for those that enter the market soon. Predictive maintenance and monitoring will continue to serve as a benefit. If we look at the numbers, we see that around 2011, there was a flat line, but as of 2012, 13, 14, 15, and 16, we've seen strong positive growth in the field. When we look at the global share of new construction, we see that currently, which is in 2015, that North America comprised of 23.8% of growth, whereas in 2020 we'll see 15.9%. That is why we propose looking overseas to capture more market segmentation. From our pestle analysis, we know that the political, economic, and social barriers to entry are going to be very low. What we focused on instead were the technological, ecological, and legal impacts of not taking on this field immediately. Technologically, there are other firms such as Otis who have also entered into the smart elevator business, and they're doing quite a good job. On the ecological side, we have to look at energy consumption. That is one of the main drivers behind this product. What we hope to do is to reduce waste in making smarter elevators. On the legal side, we have to look at elevator safety. This is a make or break situation with governments and can cost the firm lots of money. ThyssenKrupp is a German multinational firm. They're the 10th largest steel producer in the world. Their elevator division accounted for approximately $7.8 billion in revenue. They've also introduced a product called Max, which offers predictive maintenance service. If we look at the top left hand, we'll see a little bit of the facts about Max. What it does is it monitors about 1.2 million elevators worldwide, and it provides proactive, predictive, and preemptive maintenance for those devices. This is a cloud-based solution, and it's built upon Azure, which takes data from the elevators and stores it into a warehouse. For the history of the firm, ThyssenKrupp is actually a coming together of two different firms, and this happened many years ago, Thyssen AG and Krupp, thus the name ThyssenKrupp. The elevator segment, however, is relatively new. That was started in about 1999 through the acquisition of elevator firms. One was a U.S. firm in 1999, another was a Korean firm, which was in about 2006 roughly. Some of the major market segments that ThyssenKrupp serves are component technology, elevator technology, steel, etc. They're the 5th leading elevator firm, and if you focus on the left-hand slide, you'll see that the $8.02 billion worth of revenue, roughly, that was attributed to ThyssenKrupp. This means that they are not the first, However, they are the fifth. There are other firms that are behind them, and there are other firms that are before them. That's why we see this as a perfect opportunity to increase this market share, to be more competitive with Otis, and more specifically firms like Schindler and Cone, which are very smallly ahead of ThyssenKrupp with regards to revenue. When we look at our SWOT analysis, we see that there are strengths and opportunities. Those outweigh the weaknesses and the threats posed by other firms. For the strengths, we know that ThyssenKrupp has a great global presence. They have a good research and development team. Thus, they were able to introduce new products like Max. If you look down at the bottom of opportunities, we see data analytics. What that means is that ThyssenKrupp is already looking for the future of how to service their products. We also see that there is a great opportunity for strategic development and to incorporate new products. On the weaknesses side, we could see there could be some possible litigation cases because companies want to compete and they want to make sure they hold patents on certain products. For threats, we believe that this increased competition and environmental regulations will also contribute to ThyssenKrupp being threatened. This is where the interesting part of the presentation begins. Currently, if we look at the figure on the right, we'll see how elevators kind of work. This is a very dumbed down version, but this is basically how any elevator in the world works. First, you select a floor. Then there's a weight. Who knows what the weight entails? Well, I can tell you. What that weight is, it's an algorithm. It's determining the shortest wait time for you to reach your destination. Once the algorithm determines if you should be grouped with another group of people or if you should be sent a new elevator, you're either sent a new elevator or you're told to enter an elevator with other people. Then you're dispatched to your destination. I know this is a very big simplification of how this works. However, this is the way that the vast majority of elevators work. We've seen how the way old elevators work. What we're here to do is to incorporate technology into new elevators. What we plan to do is to use IoT to make these elevators smart. If you look at our diagram, you'll see that we have smartphones and we have RFID readers. What we plan to do is to use these devices to make the way people get to their destinations much faster and much more efficient. If you look at the next orange arrow, you'll see that we'll have wireless integration. This means that when you walk into a building with your smartphone or your RFID pass, you'll already know where to go. From there, we'll have machine learning, which is going to tell you where you need to go, and it will determine the best way to serve you as a customer. All that information will then be warehoused, and we're hoping that the partnership with Microsoft will continue to make this very, very easy for customers. So if we look at global trends, we'll see that smart money is global. To be truly competitive, we're going to have to take this business overseas. Recently, Otis launched a smart elevator product. They allow you to select a floor from your smartphone. What we are proposing is very similar to the product that Otis has launched. The growth has been estimated at about 14.5% between 2017 and 2021. That's in the United States. In South America, we see that growth will be about 16%. In Western Europe, we attribute that to about 23%, while in Asia, we see the growth is going to be 44%. So by 2020, we cannot look at just the US or Latin American markets. What we have to do is look at China, and we have to look at Western Europe, because that is where the majority of the growth will come from. In order to capture a larger market share, what our service will do is provide hardware, software, server solutions, server base, and cloud data. For the hardware, we will retrofit any old equipment. We will also equip all new equipment with ElevatorSMART to make them more efficient. For the software, this will be included in the smartphone app. For the server side, we will use SQL to aggregate all our data. For the server base, we will use Hadoop to provide a big data platform. This will all be provided by Microsoft Azure. For the backup data, we will use differential backup data to capture all data. That way, when you use an elevator, our system knows where you're going and how you're going there. And we will be able to predict when you will arrive at work or when you will arrive at home, and we will have an elevator waiting for you. Here's a mock-up of our app. The ThyssenKrupp app will allow you to select your destination, whether it be your office or your home, or you can search for a new destination. Because you'll be using your mobile device, if you choose to select a new destination, our ThyssenKrupp app will present you with a list of close destinations so you can determine where you are. Next, you will select your floor. If you're going to floor 12, you simply type 12, and the app will tell you exactly which elevator to proceed to. We're going to be tracking destinations, we're going to get customers there efficiently, and we're going to use this to make better decisions based upon our data warehouse. Here we are. Now we've come to the end of our presentation. This is the elevator of the future. If you look at what ThyssenKrupp is already offering, ElevatorSMART is a wonderful addition to their existing product suite. What it does is injects IoT into the current systems that ThyssenKrupp uses, and it makes elevators more efficient and operate better. We look at the partnership between Microsoft, and we think this is a great synergy for ThyssenKrupp. We believe that with using Microsoft's Azure and using ElevatorSMART, we will be able to transport people faster, more efficiently, and we will make their lives easier. There will no longer be the need to wait in long queues for an elevator. You simply use your smartphone app, you tell them your destination, and you arrive. We thank you very much for listening, and we hope you have a great day.